Okay, the recorder shut off because I ran out of storage on my phone, but so anyways, now they have to go outside of that bubble to earn a living, and they gotta put up with crap, and they're stressed because gas prices and food prices and the cost of living keeps going up, and they have these mortgages that most of them really can't afford. And the status vehicles to let everybody know they're richer than what they really truly are. And they can't afford it, so they're like under a lot of pressure. And then they come into their little bubble where their children are the idol. Now they invest every ounce of their energy in their entire life to invest in their kids and protect them, their idol, because that's what gives them joy. And the reason that's an idol is, instead of teaching the children responsibility, and instead of teaching the children that the people outside of the gated citadel are actually good people, most of them, and that you can friend them and invite them to church and witness to them about the Lord, and that the lower class people, the working class and the service worker class that has to be on freaking welfare to subsidize their cost of living because they make such a low wage, and other races besides them, that's all the enemy. That's all the stuff that wants to destroy their world and get to their little idol and corrupt it. And what that does, it teaches their freaking children to view the whole world outside of their little freaking bubble as a hostile jungle and a hostile wilderness and unsafe rabble. You know what I'm saying? And that's not reality. That's not the way Jesus views everybody. And Jesus says, instead of turning your children into little prima donna idols, what you should be doing is teaching them responsibility and to be a servant and to go out into the greater community besides outside the little walls of your little bubble, and show them that there are good people that are poor, and you can friend some of them and do good for them, and become a servant instead of a ruling class, militant, white-collar elite that lives in the Citadel, that runs over everybody and that threatens everybody, that makes you feel afraid with your political stroke. I know the sheriff, or I know a politician, or I know so-and-so. That's witchcraft. That's Jezebel. That's Ahab. That's what it is. Instead of teaching them kids that crap and modeling that to them, you need to model Jesus Christ to them and be a servant, and to show them that people that are poor of different races aren't the enemy, that they're friends, and they're no better or no worse than you are, and you're no better or no worse than they are. And it'll teach them to be humble, and not be afraid. Perfect love casts out all fear, and the person who fears is not made perfect in love. And chances are, if you got a big freaking wall around your community and it's a gated community, and you got the freaking cops out there as your freaking de facto security guards, that patrols and protects the little prima donnas that never been disciplined in their whole entire life, then you're not living in love. You're turning them into little monsters that are going to sass you and be ungrateful and look at the world like they're freaking crap and ain't worth a crap. And that's your sin. It really is. Or some of them, when they get out of that, they're going to really have compassion, and they're going to disappoint you because they're going to pursue a different path than you. And it'll be for the Lord, which will be a good thing. So, one of the two will happen. Or they'll get on drugs like I did and not care. And then finally come to the Lord. You know. Anyways, peace.